Consolidated Infrastructure Group is an infrastructure-focused company whose main subsidiary, Conco, builds high and medium voltage power systems.
Right, so these are the kind of people who will build substations for Eskom and for municipalities and for foreign utilities. They are actively involved in that refit program, which is the work associated with connecting all of the new renewable power stations to the national grid. It's been a good performer. You'll see in a minute the share chart looks a lot happier.
Can we get more excited with this story?
Market cap.
Market cap, 4.6 billion rand. PE, thanks for keeping me in check. PE ratio 14.8 and no dividend yield. My question again, Rowan, can we get excited?
Yeah, so this one certainly is much better positioned. So they're not in the sort of bulk commodity electrical cable supply, more in developing and building out the infrastructure. What they have been doing is growing strongly into Africa. So electrification in Africa, we know, is a major growth area, and they're well positioned for that and have already been benefiting from that. They've also been looking to diversify away from power, so not purely reliant on power. They've done some acquisitions in the oil and gas sector in Angola, also something in the rail sector, and we know there's a massive infrastructure investment in the rail network in South Africa. So from that perspective, they actually are well positioned. There's some rand hedge earnings in there as well, which we know is always good and defensive. So this one looks much more interesting and more exciting.
Well, the share price definitely looking more interesting and exciting.
Yeah, this one came to the market using the old BuildWorks listing, and it was kind of a reverse takeover. Raul Gamsu is the CEO and also the controlling shareholder, because they put the Conco business into this listing, renamed it and so on. And it just shows you what a difference having dynamic, committed and incentivized management makes. Because unlike many of the other groups in this space who are complaining about the strikes and about the load shedding and about the rand, they seem to find a way to make it work. Earnings up, trading updates good, results fabulous, market loves it.
But all this is priced into the current share price.
I think
Can it go further?
Look, so what you saw, it did run up very strongly and then it sort of paused at a level. It came off quite a bit. The most recent results, interim results, were actually quite good, and then you saw the share recover sort of to record highs. The one, if you're looking through their earnings and their numbers, the one sort of cause for concern is their cash flows are actually quite poor. So they're doing a lot of business, and we know Africa, very slow payers. So you're seeing sort of the balance sheet build up, but not translating into cash flows. I think the market was quite concerned about that. I guess the new acquisition in oil and gas, will that come off with the oil price coming down? So there's some question marks. I think if we see the continued momentum in their full year results, I think you'll see the share move up from these levels. I think people are waiting for a little bit more information from here.
So pretty much a wait and see story, as Rowan is setting out.
That makes it ticklish, because of course, as Rowan says, when the underlying numbers just cause for concern, the fact that the latest acquisition moves them into the oil and gas sector, which presumably has been a bit weak. Because remember, understand what that is. That's an engineering business that services those floating rigs that you get, which are used in the offshore oil drilling, exploration and production arena.
Hot or not?
I'm going to go with hot anyway, because I think the management team carries this one through. They've demonstrated the ability to trade well in tough times. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. 4.6 billion rands with the market cap.
Rowan, hot or not?
Yeah, I'm also going to go hot. Well positioned.